Okay, guys, welcome to episode 7 of Testing Community Tunes. We have 3 more cards
Should
today.
be an interesting day.
The first one should be interesting. It is a Mercedes E63, and it was tuned by
Okay, guys, welcome
Greek
to
Sniper.
episode 7 of Testing Community
For those of you
Tunes.
that do not know Greek,
three more
he
cards
is
today.
probably one of
Interesting
the
day.
fastest guys
The first
that
one
you will ever
should be
come across
interesting.
play this game.
It is a Mercedes E63,
And he's never tuned before. So
okay, guys, welcome
Greek
to
Sniper.
episode
This should
7
be fun.
of Testing Community
For those of you
Tunes.
that do
Because
not
he can
know
really,
Greek,
he can pretty much take any car
and
make
make it fast, you know, with his driving ability.
Play this game.
Yeah, he's been around since 4-2.
He's never tuned.
Very fast guy.
So,
he just joined PTG this year, so
this should be fun.
and those guys I've
Because
talked
he
to,
can really, he can pretty much take any car.
who chatted with here and there, and
make it
been
fast.
informed with the guys.
With his
I know
driving
they've tuned
ability.
multi-cars for the community.
Yeah, he's been around.
And Greek is usually the one that runs those, so
Very,
very fast guy. He just
So,
joined PTG.
should be interesting.
So,
Like I said, he's
this should be fun.
not a tuner, but it doesn't
Those
mean he
guys
doesn't
I've
know what
talked
he's
to,
doing.
he can pretty much take any
Take
car,
this with a grain of salt. Probably won't be but maybe 2 or 3 laps yet. Not that Greek is trying, and you're dealing with a car that's going to be all horsepower. Should be interesting. Like I said, he's not a tuner, but it doesn't mean he doesn't know what he's doing. Take this with a grain of salt. Probably won't be.
Oh boy,
but maybe 2 or 3
could be
laps
fun.
yet. Not that Greek is trying, and you're dealing with a car that's going to be all horsepower. Especially since I haven't played in a few days and to jump on here and drive this thing. Take this with a grain of salt. Probably won't be.
Oh boy,
Maybe 2 or
could
3
be
laps
fun.
yet. Not that Greek is trying, and you're dealing with a car that's going to be all horsepower. Especially since I haven't played in a few days and to jump on here and drive this thing. How fast this thing is going down straight. Believe it or not, I mean, you wouldn't be able to tell how much I'm all over the place. This car actually feels pretty good so far for a Le Mans tune. How fast this thing is going down straight. Should scoot a little bit. Curious to see if I take this, be able to tell how much I'm all over the place. This car actually feels pretty good so far for Le Mans tune. Yeah, she'll take her flat out pretty much. Scoot a little bit. Curious to see if I was thinking back, I'm like, well, that's flat out. And I look up, I'm like, oh, breaking point. Yeah, she'll take her flat out pretty much. Scoot a little bit. And it still missed it. Trying to think, and he had mentioned in the forum, you know, you want to be in third, through sixth, so that's why I kind of stayed there. And that's usually the case on a Le Mans car. Just because you go any lower than that, you're going to be spinning tires, so still missed it. Trying to think, and he had mentioned in the forum, you know, you want to be in third, through sixth, so that's why I kind of stayed there. And that's usually the case on a Le Mans car. Just because you go any lower than that, you're going to be spinning. Certainly has no issues turning in, Greek. Still missed, that's for sure. Trying to think, and he had mentioned in the forum, you know, being third, it's a little twitchier than I would like. Obviously, someone like Greek, like I said, I don't think would be an issue at all. real fast guys are gonna like stuff really loose and twitchy. But I don't even think I just need to get used to this car. But man, really for a Le Mans tune, this thing feels awesome. Someone like Greek, like I said, I don't think it'd be an issue at all. A lot of the real fast guys are gonna like stuff really loose. And if you guys have seen like my live streams on lobby racing, you know, running Le Mans, like my Impala, the Bass Hag did, or even the Camaro, I think, the 79 Camaro. Real fast guys. The cars are just tough to handle. And if you guys have seen like my live streams on lobby racing, this is even up in the A class. You know, running Le Mans, and I don't see any issues so far. The Bass Hag did, or even the other than first Camaro, I think the 79 Camaro. Real fast guys. The cars are just tough to handle. And if you guys have seen like my live stream on lobby, this is even up in A class. You know, running Le Mans, and I don't see any issues. Normally on a track, I'm pretty happy if I can get within a couple tenths of Greek. On a track like this, it may be a couple seconds, maybe even by damn 15 seconds, who knows. But I'd like to run about 3 laps if I could. You know, I want to get to try this car. Normally on a track, I'm pretty happy if I can get within a couple tenths of Greek. On a track like this, it may be a couple seconds, maybe even by damn 15 seconds, who knows. The only thing I will say, and not even, you know, if I get back to twitchy, I think it feels good actually. You know, I want to get to try this car. It's got quite a bit of body roll, which I think on this track is probably a little too much for it. Because you can't kind of swing it anywhere. See how it's kind of, it's got quite a bit of body roll, which I think on this track is probably a little too much for it. You can't kind of swing it anywhere. See how it's kind of, it's got quite a bit of body roll. Suing over there. Suing over there. This car would be really cool to run on a lobby, man, just because people aren't, you know, you'll see a lot of like GTs and stuff, Ford GTs and A class, probably some Camaros, stuff like that in the lobbies. This car would be really cool to run on a lobby, man, just because people aren't, you know, you'll see a lot of like GTs and stuff. Ford GTs. I can tell Greek is definitely bored with the game if he's tuning. Probably some Camaros, stuff like that. Usually you just drive it. Quite honestly, I think a lot of us are getting a little bit bored with the game, but you know, new car packs out. Honestly, I haven't even tried to tune anything. I need to go tune some stuff. So I'll do that because this, I don't say the series is dying, but it's taking me quite a few days just to get a couple tunes up there. To even test out, so quite honestly, I think a lot of Slow Ride had a good idea of you doing like a track breakdown, kind of what gears I'm in, how I take some corners. I thought that was a decent idea. I would say the series is dying, but it's taking me quite a few days just to get a couple tunes up there to even test out, so. good. I think a lot of slow ride had a good idea. You're doing like a track breakdown. Kind of what gears I'm in. Take certain corners. Too wide there. Kind of babying it a little too much. Like I said, I'm not the greatest. I think slow ride had a good idea. I'm not used to the car quite yet, but man, I like this thing. I think you get rid of some of that body roll, Greek. This thing is just, you'll be able to be a lot more aggressive in your turns. Kind of babying it a little too much. You'd really be able to kill it. I mean, you're already top 50. You know, in Greek, he probably ran 2 laps. So. I like this thing. I think you get rid of some of that body.
I can see him. That's good. It's improvement, right?
You'll be able to be a lot more aggressive in your turns. Maybe a little too much. You'd really be able to kill it. I mean, you're already top 50 paint. Doesn't look bad though. There's a couple decent paints. No, in Greek, you probably run 2 laps. So. I think you get rid of some of that body. I can see. Let off a little bit there because I didn't cut it in quite in time. Be able to be a lot more aggressive in your turns. You'd really be able to kill it. I mean, you're already top 50 paint. Doesn't look bad though. There's a couple decent paints. Yeah, as long as you keep it in third there, I mean, you can get on the gas pretty hard, which is good. I can see. Let off a little bit there because I didn't cut it in quite in time. Keep it in third there. I mean, you can get on the gas pretty hard, which is good. See, let off a little bit there. Cut it in quite in time. You haven't left me in the dust yet. Keep it in third there. I mean, you can get on the gas pretty hard, which is good. Me in the dust yet. I just lost a second right there. No. Oh, I was gonna dirty it right there. Not me in the dust yet. Lost a second right there. Yeah, that's about a couple seconds. That's not awful though. For me on this track. No. Oh, dirty right there. If I can get a clean lap on this track in 3 laps, that's doing something. That's pretty damn good, Greek. I don't know what you're on about not knowing what you're doing, tuning. Like I said, my only thing is for me is the body roll. I think you can tighten that up a little bit, so you can be more aggressive in your turns, man. I can get a clean lap on this track in 3 laps. Let's see why you couldn't get that car top 20. Which I mean, you could probably get this car top 20 if you put some time into it. Not knowing what you're doing, tuning. Make just those couple of adjustments. Like I said, my only thing is yeah, it sure did. For me, is the body roll. Up 100, a couple seconds behind. Again, that's 3 laps. So you can be more aggressive. We can do a lot better than that. Obviously, let's see why you couldn't get that time on it. Top 20. Which I mean, you could probably get this car top 20 and put some time. Let's see if anyone else is running. Not knowing what you're doing, tuning. Like just those. So we're only 2 up there. That's awesome. Like I said,
I like it, man.
the only thing is, yeah, it sure does.
So again, you can see up there scrolling, guys. That's PTG Creek Sniper.
Again, that's 3 laps.
That's the E63.
So you can be more aggressive.
And we can do a lot better than that.
Obviously.
Pretty sweet.
Time on it. Top 20.
We got in here. Burns, what's up, man?
Put some
Kitty,
relax.
relax.
I don't know what you're going, tuning.
Rock and roll outlaw. How's it going,
Only
guys?
2 up there. That's awesome.
Alright, so our next one.
Yeah, it sure does.
So again, you can see up there scrolling, guys. It's B class.
Again, that's 3 laps.
That's the E63. MR2.
So we can do a lot better than that.
Pretty sweet.
Time on it. Top 20.
We got in here. Burns, what's up, man? I don't know where he said to run it. I'm gonna go look. Now these next 2 again. And again, you know, Creek says he doesn't tune, but you got to take that with a grain of salt because, like I said, I mean, he's been around a long time. He knows what feels good. He may not know. It may take him longer. Because he would have to, you know, figure out what does what unless he had some help from the PTE guys. But with that being said, he knows how he likes the car. And it wouldn't take him long. So yes, he's a new tuner, but you got to take that with a grain of salt. Now, these other guys, very new. He knows what feels good. He may not know. It may take him This is Harry RZ. Okay, equal. You asked for it. I'm a total novice because he would have brutally honest and figure out what he can start fixing, what for privacy elsewhere. PTE guys, but where you think. That being said, he knows how he likes the car. We want to try this. Stats, and it wouldn't take him long. So yes, he's a new tuner, but it's got good. These other guys, very new stats.
Feels good. He may not know.
Let's see. RZ. Okay, equal. You asked for it. I'm a total novice because he would have brutally honest and figure out what for privacy elsewhere. Where you think.
That being said, he knows how he likes the car.
We want to try this.
And it wouldn't take
I
him
used to
long.
run
Yes,
mine
he's a new tuner, but
it's
it's
got
good.
good.
Let's
Try it.
These other guys all the time.
We'll try it here.
What feels good. He may not know.
I'm gonna drop way down there. I don't know what this car would be capable of. Especially those other ones. Where you think. Like they'll just have to we want to try this. Lord, I used to run mine. Nothing's easy, man.
It's good.
Let's try it. It went too fast here. We'll put it around 150. I don't know that it has the speed to do anything near that, but we'll just give us something to chase anyway. I have one NR2 that I had done early on in the game that I ran on a few of the Top Gear tracks and lobbies. That actually did very well. This car is very fast when built correctly. So anything near that, but we'll just give us something to chase anyway. I've been on mute this whole damn time. I feel like an idiot. I have one NR2 that I had done. I probably have early on in the game. Okay. I ran on a few of the Top Gear tracks and lobbies. Just put something in the chat. This car muted the whole time. When built this round. I guess I could edit it and go back. I've been on mute this whole damn time. I feel like an idiot. I have one NR2 that I had done probably early on in the game. Okay. I ran on a few of the Top Gear tracks and lobbies. Just put something in the chat. This car muted the whole time. Let's build this round. I guess I could edit it and go back. I've been on mute this whole damn time. I have one NR2 that I had done probably early on. Put something in the chat. Just start very clarifying. I'm doing alright. Well, look at the gearbox first off. It's really, gears are really long. Not sure what if he's got the stock box or what, without looking at the build. I'm doing alright. Well, look at the gearbox first off. It's really, gears are really long.
Not sure what he's got the stock box or what, without looking at the build. Yeah, gears are really long. But look at the gearbox first off. It's really, gears are really long. Not sure what he's got the stock box or what, without looking at the build. Yeah, gears are really long. But look at the gearbox first off. Turns in well though. I would do without the roll cage. And not knowing your build, like I said, the gearbox, you take the roll cage out. Put a different gearbox in it. Turns in well though. I would do without the roll cage. And not knowing your build, like I said, the gearbox, you take the roll cage out. Put a different gearbox in it. Turns in well though. I would do without the roll cage. And not knowing your build, like I said, the gearbox, you take the roll cage out. Put a different gearbox in it. Turns in well though. Doesn't feel bad. In this track, I kind of picked this track. You know, you said you were a novice, so I picked this track for some of the curbs because you can be aggressive on this track as long as the car can take the curbs fairly well. And it's struggling a little bit on some of the curbs, so you could. Doesn't feel bad. Your rebound and your bump. That one wasn't too bad. In this track, I kind of picked this track. You know, you said you were a novice, so I picked this track for some of the curbs because you can be aggressive on this track as long as the car can take the curbs fairly well. And it's struggling a little bit on some of the curbs, so you could. Doesn't feel bad. The rebound and your bump. Be pretty aggressive with it though. I kind of picked this track. You know, you said you were a novice, so I picked this track for some of the curbs because you can be aggressive on this track as long as the car can take the curbs fairly well. And it's struggling a little bit on some of the curbs, so you could. Doesn't feel bad. It's Stradale. See, be pretty aggressive with it. Getting faster on each lap with this thing though. It's definitely not a bad car. Not sure what tires it's got on there. It just depends on what you're trying to build it for, really. Look at Stradale. See, be pretty aggressive. It's not bad at all. Faster on each lap with this thing though. It's definitely not a bad car. Sure what tires you got on there. It just depends on what you're trying to build it for, really. The biggest thing, Harry, is the build, man. The build is always more important than the tune in Forza. And I think you could do some different things with your build here. What tires you got on there. It just depends on what you're trying to build it for, really. The biggest thing, Harry, is doesn't slide. I think it is the build. Put in the post that it slides. I mean, I don't see it sliding at all. You know, I'm driving with no assist. And I think you can do some different things. I don't think it's bad at all. The biggest thing, doesn't slide. I think it is the build in the closer it slides. I mean, I don't see it sliding at all. You know, I'm driving with no assist. Like I said, I think the rebound and bump I would look at, as well as the build. The biggest thing doesn't slide. I think it is the build in the closer it slides. I mean, I don't see it sliding at all. You know, I think your diff is fine. Like I said, I think the rebound and bump I would look at, as well as the build. And I think on certain tracks, especially in lobbies, this car would do very well. I think your diff is so again, you know, if this is your first tune or one of your first tunes, I think you're well on your way. I would just mess around with the build, you know, if you have the coins, credits, whatever they are. I've been playing a lot of FIFA, so they're coins and FIFA. And I think on certain tracks, especially in the lobbies, this car would do well. One more, see if I can get a little bit better lap. So again, you know, if this is your first tune or one of your first tunes, a little bit better, you're well on your way. I would just mess around with the build. You know, if you have the coins. See, it's there. Like, you have to take that in third. But when you do, it really bogs it down. I've been playing a lot of FIFA, so they're coins. And I think on certain tracks, especially in the lobbies, this car would do well. One more, see if I can get a little bit better lap. So again, you know, if this is your first tune or one of your first tunes, a little bit better, well on your way. I would just mess around with the build. You know, if you have the coins. See, it's there. Like, you have to take that in third. But when you do, it really bogs it down. Better lap here. At least the Stradale's not passing it right away. There he goes. It's there, like, you have to take that in third. But when you do, it really bogs it down. Better lap here. At least the Stradale's not much better lap there though. Right away. There he goes. 17-2. Not bad at all. It's there, like, you have to take that in third. But when you do, it really bogs it down. Better lap here. At least the Stradale's not much better lap there though. Right away. There he goes. Yeah, it'd be interested to see what your build is on that. I think that's your biggest issue right now as far as the speed. The car accelerates really well with the right gearbox in it. I don't remember if it's sport or street, whatever I had in it. That makes it really good. He's still up there, ran up in February. Yeah, it'd be interested to see what your build is on that. I think that's what's your biggest issue right now as far as the speed. The car accelerates really well with the right gearbox. Remember what it is? It's right around 300. It's not bad at all. Street, whatever I had in it. Not bad at all. Makes it really good. So, and that one was Harry RZ. Still up there, seeing the scroll up top there. See what your build is on that. I think that's what's your biggest issue. And then we have a D class. The car accelerates Mini. Really well with the right gearbox. Remember what it is? It's right around 300. It's not bad at all. Street, whatever I had in it. Not bad at all. Really good. So, and that one was.
This is by FatBill75.
Seeing the scroll up top there. See what your build is on that.
And then we have a D class Mac 2. It's running on Long Beach, so sorry if you hear the cleaners there in the background. Long Beach track, I have times on everything. I know I run PIDs on one, but I don't remember which one it was. These 205 Long Beach West. Mac 2, try Long Beach West. Sorry if you hear the cleaners there in the background. Long Beach track, I have times on everything. I know I run PIDs on one, but I don't remember which one it was. That Phil, alright, Phil. So, and he's in automatic as well. So ABS, TCS, and auto. Long Beach West. Mac 2, and this is a rear wheel drive. Sorry if you hear the cleaners there in the background. So let's see what we can do with it. There he is. That Phil, alright, Phil. So and he's in automatic as well. So ABS, TCS, and auto. And this is a rear. So what do you guys think for another series that I could do along with this one? Yeah, I could do like a hot lapping series where I'm just, taking cars that I tune or from my team, and when I'm hot lapping and trying to get some top times. I don't know if that would be all that interesting for you guys to watch. Or I could do, like a track breakdown of kind of how I drive the tracks and what gears another series that I could do along with track breakdown of each track and maybe different classes. I could do like a hot lapping series. I'm just, taking cars that I tune. I don't know, just you guys let me know what you think. When I'm hot lapping and trying to get some top times. I don't know if that would be all that interesting for you guys to watch. Or I could do, track breakdown of kind of how I drive the tracks, or another series that I could do along with track breakdown of each track and maybe different classes. I do like hot lapping. So you guys let me know what you think. Hot lapping and trying to get some hot times. Pushes out a little bit. See there when I'm on the gas. Trying to see what it felt like in fourth there. Pushes out a little bit. Up. See there when I'm on there. I would look something like that. You can look at your see what your dip is set. See what it felt like in fourth there. Pushes out a little bit. That time. See there when that really like you look so you go wide enough to get that. You can look at hard. See what your dip is set. See what it felt like. Same thing with the body roll on this one. You can see a little bit less body roll. Wide enough to get that. You can look at hard. Same thing with the body roll on this one. You can see a little bit less body roll.
be able to take that corner a little better. I'm not taking that corner very well. Or that one. Be able to take that corner a little better. I'm not taking that corner very well. I think cut a good bit more off of that part of the track as well. See, that's how I want to take that corner, but I can't. When I get on the throttle, it pushes me out, so I can't take it quite as sharp as I'd like to. I cut a good bit more off of that part. You push that. That's how I want to take that corner, but I can't. When I get on the throttle, it pushes me out, so I can't take it quite as sharp. But again, for a rear-wheel drive Mini, I think it feels pretty good comparatively to some of the other ones. I would say no. I mean, you got some body roll issues. That's how I want it. Understeer on throttle. But again, for a rear-wheel drive Mini, I think it feels pretty good comparatively to some of the other ones. I would say. I mean, you got some body roll issues. Understeer on throttle. That's not awful. 26.2. Picked up about 4/10 on where that fill was. It's just in a couple laps. Again, I mean, he's running automatic transmission as well. So I don't feel like I drove that car very well. Body roll is an issue. I would tighten that up a little bit. That's not awful. For a rear wheel, especially with a car that doesn't have much power, you can look a little bit at your Excel setting and see where you're at. A couple laps. That puts it at 118. Where's Honda? Let's see what he's driving. I feel like sorry, drove that car very well. He's driving you can look a little bit at your Excel setting on diff. And see where it is, but especially with just to get the car to turn in a little bit more, you could also look a little bit at your turn in on acceleration. I mean, you're looking at more like kind of an apex to exit type thing, so you want to look at your front rebound and probably your rear bump. You can mess with those a little bit to get it to kind of turn in a little bit. You can look a little bit at your when you're kind of hitting the throttle coming out of the corners. So I would definitely look at that and kind of see what you can do with it. But for rear wheel, I mean, I think it's okay. It needs some work. Obviously, you could still be a lot faster if you went up against the other minis. You're going to be up there with some of the top ones. And again, this car has drag tires, I believe. To get it to kind of turn in a little bit. Look a little bit at your yeah, this is on drag tires. That's going to change things a little bit as well as far as your handling and sliding. But for rear wheel, I mean, just take a look at a couple of those things, Phil, and see what you can tweak on it. But overall, I mean, I think you're on the right path with it. It's a fun car. It's a fun car to drive. Some of the top ones, maybe the longer tracks might give it a little more trouble, but just because of the
the speed and how much you can put in it.
Yeah, this is on the right.
But other than that, I mean, like I said, you're on the right path.
That's going to change things a little bit.
The
as
three
well.
cars today, again, we got the Greek Sniper, which I loved.
Take a
My
look
only
at
thing with
a
that
couple
car
of
is
those
maybe try to
things
tighten up the body roll.
you can tweak on it.
That car's pretty awesome.
Overall,
I mean, for Le Mans and A-Class.
it's a fun car.
The MR2, I think you're looking at some build issues.
Maybe the longer track, yeah, this car's a little more trouble.
Again, with the roll bars and the gearbox. The speed kind of tweaking there. As far as the tune itself on that car, I think you're on the right path. I think you changed that gearbox. The cars today accelerate a little bit more with Sniper, one of its strong suits. I loved. I think you'll be in really good shape there. And then this one making up the body roll, the issues we just covered. So that's pretty good, guys, for those three cars. Again, I didn't say anything in chat here, but I'll get this posted to YouTube today. If you could, please make sure you like the video. If you do watch it on that car, it does help me out, helps me get more views. And then also in the comment section, maybe just leave a comment on what you think another good series would be, or something that would be interesting for you guys to watch. Issues we just covered. You know, it's hard. I don't want to put lobby racing out there because that would just, again, it would be chats here, but it would be very long. I'll get this posted to YouTube today. Download onto YouTube. Upload to YouTube. Please make sure you like the video. But you know, I am enjoying kind of doing like this series. I'd like to keep this series going, and then also can. And I do have some cars from guys that have already tested some tunes, but I think I'm going to go ahead and run the other ones that they put out. And then you know, maybe like a track breakdown on the tracks in different classes, stuff like that, or maybe even like a Let's Tune series where I'll just start tuning. You know, I am from scratch for you guys, so let me know what you think, and we'll kind of go from there. But that is it for today, guys. Thanks for joining in, and I'll catch you next time.